Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here today with a Scrapbook sketch, 4 seasons in 1 month. And we are still in autumn or fall, and here is our sketch. I have a better picture of the sketch right here. It is one picture and has a couple of layers and one big embellishment cluster. This is for Saturday the 16th, and I am going to turn it like this because my picture that I chose to scrapbook is a horizontal picture. So I decided that I wanted to use this sketch but turn it on its side. So that line of paper or embellishment straight down the middle, I'm going to use all of those lovely inks on that spot. And it is bordered, so I am going to border it. I'm just turning it so that it is facing the right direction while I try and work on it, even though I do have it printed out and put it on my desk. So I will go over all of those colors as I go. So this is the picture. It is a sunrise picture over my kiddo's school, and I love this picture. I've taken quite a few pictures of this same scene, so I just felt like all these colors were good for a sunrise or sunset scene, and it is in October, so I have my picture and all these inks, this awesome sketch, so let's see how this goes. So I decided to put it on this light blue paper because there is some blue in the sky, because like I said, it is in the morning. So I'm going to get started with, most of this is Distress Oxides, and the first one I use is Wilted Violet, and I'm starting at the bottom. So I start with Wilted Violet, I move to a Delusions Shimmer Spray in Crushed Grape, and then move to another Delusions Shimmer Spray in London Blue. I'm not going to make you watch me do all of them, I just do the first few. And then I also use a Delusions Shimmer Spray in Vibrant Turquoise and in Polished Jade. And so I start at the bottom and work up with the purples. And then when I get done with my Delusion Spray Fresh Lime, which is the greeny yellow shade, I stop and I'm going to flip my page and start with the red tones. So, like I said, I'm not going to make you watch me do all of it. I was just wanting to give you an idea. I just put it in the package and just move it over. I'm just making, I don't care that they are not perfectly straight or don't end at the exact spot. If I wanted that, I definitely could have put it on a paper and then cut it. But I didn't want that. I wanted that kind of freedom of the ink because, you know, the sky is not straight lines and all of that. So that last one I just put on there was the Fresh Lime. And so now I'm going to turn the page and start with the red because I want them to meet. And if they don't meet in the middle, it's okay because the papers are going to cover that. So I start with Fired Brick in the regular Distress Oxide, and then Bubblegum Pink in Delusions, Pure Sunshine in Delusions, Carved Pumpkin in the Distress Oxide, Wild Honey in the Distress Oxide, and last but not least, Mustard Seed in the Distress Oxide. And I don't distress any of them with water just because they're blended and really close together with the shimmer sprays. I obviously have more greens and blues and purples and shimmer sprays than I do pinks and yellows and oranges. But that's okay. I really, really love how this turns out. It is shiny and just lovely. I love this. So I know rainbows are not necessarily something people think of in the fall, but this picture was taken in the fall, and the colors in the picture are like pinks and blues, and then there's some gray and everything, but I just love this picture. And I do bring in some fall-like florals, so not to spoil anything. I also, when I chose to do this, decided I was not going to use a kit or collection. I wasn't going to use a paper pad. I was going to pull a couple sheets of paper out of my scrap bin so that I could use some of that up, since that's my goal for 2022. So this is the bubblegum pink, and it is shiny. And I did not mean to leave this much in here, but now I'm done. And that is, oh, I'm finishing up the mustard seed, which is the very last color that I add. And it does connect the color lines together. So the mustard seed is right next to the fresh lime. So I really love how this turned out. And so I'm going to get my picture out and determine what papers I'm going to use. So this little drawer, it's a 12 by 12 drawer, is where I put my scraps of just random things. If it's part of a collection, I keep my scraps typically with the collection. If it is part, or if it's predominantly one color, it stays with that color of scrap. But these are just loosey-gooseys. Now, I pulled that brick out because this school is a brick school building. And not that you can see that, but I know that. And I wanted to have a grounding fall type color on the layout. So that reddish brown brick I thought would be perfect. And I did pull that little rainbow paper right there that I'm looking at, but I put that away and go with this Simple Stories rainbow paper. And I have a ton of this. I got it at Tuesday morning in a pack of like 25 sheets, and I've used quite a few. One side of it, you'll see when I flip it in a minute, is cut aparts, 4x4 cut aparts, and then the other side is this rainbow. So like I said, I know rainbow is more spring themed, but I really wanted to use the color patterns and just get out my mixed media, because I haven't done a lot of mixed media in the last few days. It's been a really rough month, so I've been pretty exhausted. So I matte my picture on a solid white 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 because I didn't want to trim any of my picture out. I love all the trees that you can see in this picture. I love the definition of the blue sky and the building and everything, and then the clouds are just kind of taking over the top. It's just a neat picture, and I can't tell you how many pictures I have taken of this same similar scene because I used to walk my son to school every single day, and if the sky just spoke to me, I would take a picture because it just always amazed me, which is what I'm going to say in my journaling when I get to that point. So I wanted to use, like I said, the brick and the rainbow, since that kind of ties in the rainbow pattern that I use in the background. And so I get all of that taped down, and I want to put it closer over here to the right than on the left. And I am going to end up going in, and I did add some Nouveau Deluxe adhesive to that since it's going on mixed media, as well as my tape runner. So I am going to cut about a 1/4 inch off of the left side and split like an 1/8 of an inch off the top and off the bottom, because I didn't want to take too much of the purple or too much of the red off of there, that wilted violet and the fired brick. But I wanted to have enough to where there's a very slim border. And this is a full sheet of that same rainbow paper. And typically, you all know, if you've watched any of my videos, I gut paper like that. But I have probably at least 10 more sheets of the same paper, and I've made a lot of layouts with it. So I am okay not gutting this one. It'll save me some washi or some deco tape, so if I don't have to tape it. But see, there's those 4x4s, and I love these. I did a layout with just those 4x4s, and it really turned out super cute. I was determined to try and use some of them up, and I used every one of them on one layout. So anyway, I pull out these florals because I was trying to decide how I wanted to turn this into a fall-ish layout. other than the fact that the picture literally was taken in the fall. So I start going through all these flowers that I have acquired. I tried to use up a lot of my flowers, and somehow I've acquired this huge stack of different flowers, and that's fine. It comes in handy right now. So I pull these sunflower ones that are orange and yellow because I felt like orange, yellow, red, those colors speak and scream fall. So I went ahead and pulled an orange one and two yellow ones after I kind of back and forth. And I put them in that bottom corner where Lisa has the her florals in the bottom right corner. So, of course, on her sketch, it is facing the other direction and it's the bottom left corner, but that's okay. So I keep it where it is on the sketch. I just turn the whole sketch. It's fine. I love to be able to do that, and that's what I really enjoy about sketches is that you can take them and use what you want from them and go, your own way. You can completely use it exactly how it is. I just enjoy the ability to do all that. So now I have pulled out my little gem boxes over there to the left. You can barely see it, but I have so many gemstones in there that my box won't close. So I just get one for each of the colors that is similar to the color that is there. So I've got a red and a hot pink, a light pink, an orange, a lighter shade of orange, a yellow. I have green, light green, like a lime color, aqua, light blue, dark purple, and light purple. And I just put those down on either side, just one of each. I didn't want to overdo it because in the sketch there's a couple of little clusters, and I don't do that. I put them up and down the rainbow on either side of the thing. So I wrote the date on here. It was October the 2nd, and this is from my 2019 picture stash that I have on my desk. And then I journal right below there just saying how much I love this guy over my son's school and how it is such a special place. And then it doesn't surprise me that there is such beauty right there. And then I pull out my Small Talk by Tim Holtz and I pull 3 phrases. Darling, you are a work of art. Always take the scenic route, and what seems ordinary is often the extraordinary, which are very fitting for this picture and this school. And we take the scenic route because while I could have dropped my son off at school in the car, he didn't like that. He liked walking, so I parked at the bottom of the hill and walked him to school every day. Rain, snow, sleet, hail, didn't matter. So here is Lisa's sketch a little closer. I love her sketches. If you're interested or enjoy sketches, please go to Facebook and check out Scrap a Sketch. She has sketches every Friday. This month we have a new sketch every weekend, 3 of them each weekend. And I think there might be a couple bonus sketches too. So lots of fun, amazing people, lots of inspiration there. Look at that picture. So I hope you all will come back tomorrow. I have another Scrap a Sketch, one more fall. And then I also have my Scrap Lift Crafternoon with my friend Christine and Kimberly. So I hope that you all will come back tomorrow and check that out. So have a great evening and happy scrapping.